Hello everybody, it's your boy Ferdlands and welcome back to my channel. And today it's a very exciting video here, guys, because I am wearing two different types of gloves. No, I'm kidding. Okay, this is my barn find PS3. This is not my personal PS3. This was a PS3 that I got for free or so when I was buying some broken controllers off of a gentleman quite a while back. I want to say a couple of months back. I will link the videos up here in the corner for you, any of you who are interested in that. I was buying these two Xbox controllers from someone. We were going back and forth in price and we couldn't set a time. He really wanted to get rid of the controllers. I did manage to fix them and resell them, and but in order to make the deal go through, or so to speak, this gentleman said, hey, I have a PS3 I can give you. I don't know if it works or not, it turns on. And that was his only thing. So he gave me this PS3, gave me a power cord with it. I brought everything home, I plugged the PS3 in, and initially it showed that it had some issues, but when I changed the HDMI out, it started working. So we ended up with a PS3 that works, and which was absolutely fantastic. So at this point, what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and clean out this PS3. Alrighty, first order of business, flip the PS3 console over, and let's turn on my trusty yellow light. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is basically just take these pads off and expose the screws underneath them. The warranty sticker also has a screw underneath. Interestingly, it seems to be in a bit of a bad condition. Looks like someone may have tried to open it up at some point, not really sure, but we're gonna go ahead and remove the pads now so we can get access to the screws. Already exposed the hard drive screw right here. One of the pads taken off. I'm just using a plastic spudger. This helps out with the taking the covers off process. I removed all the covers right now. Let's remove the warranty sticker here too. Take the cover under off that. And now we can take the screws off one by one. These are regular Phillips head screws. So we can just use a Phillips head to take all of them off. Now, in order to keep the screws in a safe and secure location, I'm gonna use this tray that I've used in the previous PS4 cleaning video, and as you can see, this was the missed screw from the PS4, which I don't even know where it came from. So we're gonna put all the parts in here so that we can keep them organized and continue on taking off the screws one by one. Alrighty, with all the screws removed here, as we can see, and the hard drive screw removed as well, we have a couple of more screws to take care of, and those would be located in this portion of the PS3. Now, these are Torx security screws, so for that we are gonna need a different type of a security head. The security bit needed for this portion would be the T8H security bit. So we're gonna put that one in and take the 3 screws out. Alrighty, so all the screws from the bottom have been taken off at this point. The few things that I would suggest that you guys should remember is, one, under this pad there is no screw, so do not worry about that one. Flip the cover for the hard disk back on, and if you've taken the warranty sticker off like the way I did, be sure to put it back in like that as well, so that none of these get snagged on something when you're turning and flipping the console over and trying to take it apart. So now we're gonna go ahead and remove the hard disk and then take off the top cover and go from there. Alrighty, removing the hard disk cover. Just move it to the side, and now the hard disk. I can already see it's extremely dirty. There we go. Alrighty. Simply just lift the cover and we should be able to disassemble this. Come on. Alrighty, let's take a look inside. Not too bad. I mean, it's definitely dirty, as you guys can see, but for a console that's maybe 13 years old at this point, I'm not that disappointed, gonna be honest. So, what is the next move? My idea is to remove the power supply, for sure. Clean it from behind the power supply. Remove the disk drive if we can. And kind of clean out the fan a little bit and everything. And the console should be good to go, in my opinion. I really don't want to go beyond this for this particular console. Like I said, not an in-depth cleaning, but I will do that for my PS3 because that hasn't been cleaned as well in a very long time. I want to say over 13 years, maybe 15, but I'll have to check. And yeah, but this console is definitely dirty, so we're definitely gonna clean it out and go from there. So let's continue on. I'm gonna disassemble the power supply. First thing is to take off the power supply ribbon cable and then unscrew it and go from there. Okay, I've taken out the screws for the power supply, which were located right here and here, and I've disassembled the two cables that were attaching to the power supply. One thing, when you're taking the power supply off, just remember, underneath this portion right here, there are two pins that attach to the board, so you gotta be very careful when taking them off because you don't want to mess them up. They are pretty sturdy from what I understand, but you just gotta be very careful with them. So just make sure you try and lift it up straight, less like that, and the power supply is out. Alrighty, I'm gonna show you guys an inside look. And like I said, it's not really as bad as I would have thought it is. Like, it's a little dirty. It has a few dust bunnies we can see in there, but not as bad as I was expecting it to be. So we'll just go ahead, clean all of this out, and then try and gain access to the Blu-ray drive and go from there. Okay, so this portion is the most important part for me, and that is to take this power and eject button part out and put it on the side, because I gotta be honest, this is absolutely disgusting, and the part that I really want to clean is basically this one. So we're gonna take this out and put it on the side. Alright, be sure, just don't yank it out because there is a ribbon cable that attaches to this, so we're just gonna separate it, put it on the side, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put some air onto it, some isopropyl alcohol, clean this thing out. I will remove the fan as well, because I want to make sure that inside of it is, you know, not incredibly disgusting. Actually, let's do that right now. Screw number one. Let's put it here. Screw number two. Alrighty, the fan is attached over here. If you guys can see, let me just move my light a little bit. So yeah, the fan is attached right here. So let's just remove that. Now you could use needle nose pliers. I'm just gonna use my hand. It's not that difficult to do. And alrighty, I'm gonna remove the fan out. Yeah, I mean, my PS4 was much worse, I'll be honest with you guys. Look at that. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not the worst thing in the world, especially for a console this old. So we're gonna go ahead, clean it out, and then I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alrighty folks, so I managed to clean this portion of the console up. It is in pretty good condition as far as I'm concerned. I'll show you guys a little bit of a close-up right here so you guys can take a look. I hope you can see through the pins. They're absolutely clean. Light is coming through nice. Not, like I said, this wasn't like super dirty. Had a few dust bunnies in it in a few places, but overall this was in a very decent condition, this console. So we're gonna go ahead and put the fan back in, which I will show you guys right here. The fan is also nice and clean. Not the most amazing job on the fan. Like I said, this is gonna be a super turnaround type of thing for me. Not going in depth here, but nonetheless it is clean. So we're gonna put this back in and try and remove the Blu-ray disc drive now, so that we can clean it on the inside, so we can fix the issue with it not taking the discs in fast enough. Like, it's very slow. It still does it, but it's slow. So we'll try and see if we can fix that part by cleaning. Alrighty, before we do anything else, let's turn this around so we can start taking some components off to take the Blu-ray drive out. This is the only screw that's holding the Blu-ray drive in. So we're going to take this off, but in order for us to do that, there's a couple of cables that I would like to have out of the way. And these are these two cables, which are, if I'm not wrong, both the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi antenna cables. So we'll take these off, put them to the side, and then take the drive out. Alrighty folks, so I think I've messed around with this more than I actually wanted to. But I did open it up. I cleaned everything inside as best as I could. Now I'm gonna put it back together simply because I don't want to mess something in here up and screw something over, because I do not have a replacement drive for it. But nonetheless, it's clean on the inside. Everything is good. So we should put it back together and then we can start reassembling the console at this point. 3 screws on the top are back in as well. Now we're gonna go ahead and start the reassembly process. Alright, a couple of things to note here. I managed to put the fan back in, the the Blu-ray drive is back in. All the wires are all plugged in at this particular point. So the ribbon cables, the power supply for the drive, and the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi connector cables are back in. I managed to plug in the fan too. A couple of things that are left that we're gonna do. I am gonna clean these ports out. I don't know how clearly you guys can see, but I'm gonna clean these out, especially the HDMI one, to make sure that signal strength is good when you connect it. And also, the one thing that I'm gonna do is gonna clean, like I said, one of the dirtiest portions of this console, and that is this rail, which is the power and the eject button for the console itself. And I'm going to do that in front of you guys just so you can see my cleaning process. And after that, we'll just put everything back together, turn it on. Hopefully we haven't broken anything in this console, and it should work just fine. Alright, the part that I'm particularly excited about is cleaning the power rail, or the power and eject button. So we'll just do that. So just take some isopropyl alcohol on a cotton swab, and look at that beauty. I don't even know what that disgusting stuff was, but as you can check with the cotton swabs that are coming off of it, absolutely disgusting. But it's getting cleaned. That's the important part. Alrighty, so managed to get it completely clean, as you guys can see. Now it does have a ton of scratches on it, but it's really clean at this point from all sides. So we can go ahead and start assembling the console at this point. Alrighty, everything's clean, good to go. We're gonna go ahead and plug the power rail in and then install it back up. There. Oh, my gloves got stuck. Alrighty, okay. This part's good. Okay, everything inside here is good. Let's put the power supply in. So let's just turn this around. Let me just move some of the stuff away. Okay, let me grab the power supply. We're gonna put that in. Alrighty, we got the power supply all nice and clean at this point. So we're just gonna put it in. Just gotta see the right orientation. Okay, yeah, so these two need to go on that side, so let's do that. It's a little dusty on this side. Let's make sure we wipe that dust off. Make sure it's all nice and clean. Or as nice and clean as it can be. But no, it's pretty good. I did manage to put some isopropyl alcohol on it, so it was good. Alrighty. 2 holes here. Make sure all the cables are out of the way, tucked away. And so we can drop it into place. Okay, forgot a pretty major component. Let me just adjust the light here, and that is the power supply input port itself. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in, make sure that's in correctly, and then we are good to put the power supply back in. Okay, the top cover is really dirty, so we're gonna go ahead and just wipe it and then clean whatever's left with an isopropyl alcohol. Alrighty, with the console back in position, let's put the cover back on. It's this way around. There we go. Alrighty, perfect. Let's turn it over, put the screws in, and then we're gonna clean the top. Okay, let's start putting the screws in, so then we can clean the outside of the console from the top and the bottom up, and test it out after we put the hard drive back in at the very end. And looking at the bottom side now, everything is clean. The plastic's in really good, nice condition. A little fading here, a few scratches, but overall not dirty at all. Everything is good, so we should turn it over and clean the top side, and then we are done. And check this out, folks. This PS3 is now super clean, looks absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead, put the hard disk back in, plug it into power, connect it to a TV, test it out, and see if it's working good. Alrighty, folks, we have the PS3 all clean and ready, so let's test it out and see if it's working. Love to hear that sound. Make sure we haven't broken anything. Let's turn the TV on as well. And let me grab one of these controllers. We'll take this nice camel colored one. Let's see. Yes, success. Okay, let's connect the controller. The date part we can do afterwards. Seems like it's working. Alrighty, let's try Little Big Planet 2. Ah, yes, smooth intake of the game. Let's see if it loads up. There we go, folks. This is excellent. The game is working, the PS3 is working, so if you like this type of content, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, hit the sub button, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you, folks. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.